Hello everyone, this is James Shore with another test-driven development video. Picking up where I left off, it is still March 21st for me, and I was just trying to get the code to compile, which required getting these resources put in there. Now there's probably a better way of doing this in terms of Eclipse having some sort of automated refactorings, but I actually don't know the Eclipse IDE that well, and rather than waste your time on the video with me trying to figure it out, I figure I'd just do this. It's pretty straightforward. So, well, I think it's pretty straightforward. So here we are. All right, I think that's it. Let's go ahead and run that. Okay, so if you're just tuning in, what's happening here is I just got the resources class put into the code to abstract questions like icons and so forth. And the only icon in the code right now is this one right here, which indicates that we have an invalid value. And I think, that's a little confusing. I think I want to put a tooltip on that. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. So, and what should the tooltip message be? I think it should be I guess it just needs to be invalid dollar amount. At least until we can get some better, until we can actually put in a custom error message there, which I said last time that I didn't want to do just yet. So the reason I'm not doing anything right now is Eclipse is thinking. There we go. So put that in, that should fail. Which it does. Expected invalid dollar amount was nothing. And then, oops. Oh, and looks like that's no longer true. Okay, it's working. We've got our icon. There we go. That tooltip isn't super helpful, but I think it will do for now. I'm going to go ahead and put in as a longer term thing that we need to have more as a polish. Okay. So what should we do next? We've done that. Rendered swing table actually does use the resources. We are managing the resources better. I think what I'd like to do is go ahead and put those in a special folder called resources under the UI folder. That should be easy enough to fix. That should fail because the file won't be found. Oh, it's doing that hang thing. But if I go into resources, that will work. What I don't know if that will work under Windows, but I'm not going to worry about that because working under Windows isn't on my radar right now. However, if one of you are watching this and are following along and it doesn't work under Windows, please let me know or submit a patch or something. Okay, so there we go. That's all good. Let's see, did I remember to check in last time? I did, good. Okay, so what's next? Well, I think the main thing now that's preventing this code from actually working properly, at least for what it is the fact that the amount we initialize here is not the same amount that we initialize here. So we need to fix that. So that is, oh, and actually before I do that, we've got some warnings, so let's see what that's about. That's a spike. This is all just the spikes, but I don't like having warnings left over. Oops. There we go. That takes care of that. Okay, so starting balance. It's been long enough since I've looked at this code that I don't actually remember what's going on here. So we're just initializing to a random value. What is the correct value? Let's go ahead and bring up that test. This is where the rubber really meets the road. Is after you've coded something and then left it for a while and then come back to it, that's when you'll learn the most things about whether or not it's well designed, because if you can't understand it, and I'm totally serious about this, if you come back to it and you look at it and you go, that's your opportunity to redesign. So often I'll say stuff like, well, we'll see, I'll say, I'm not sure about this design, we'll see how it goes, or I'll let that sit for a while. This is what I'm talking about. I'm going to come back to it after a break and see if it makes any sense. So let's see if we can figure out what's going on here. So application frame sets up the frame, it adds the components. There's the starting balance field, of course. And we're setting the starting, so it's all an application model. It's starting to come back to me. So application model, if I remember correctly, is where everything is held. Yeah, there's starting balance, default starting balance. So what we need to do is we need the application frame to use the starting balance that's in the application model, which means that we need some way of getting that starting balance back out of the application model. Yeah, so, and that starting balance is just should be a dollar amount. Which we have. Okay. So yeah, I should be able to just ask for the starting balance. That's pretty straightforward. So I also need to test this being done properly. How can I do that? Let's see, should exit application when window closed. Don't we have a to-do on that? Sorry to derail for a second. Let me see. If I close the window, oh no. can close the window, but it doesn't handle the Command W shortcut for the Mac, which is in here to do. I thought that was saying it was already done. Okay, should exit application when window closed, should have title, should lay out properly, forecast table, starting balance. Okay, so what we need is, we need to say that the starting balance should be initialized to default value, or to model's value. So how can we do that? Well, actually, it should be just as simple as we can create an application model. In fact, we already have. So we should be able to just say that the frame dot let's see, starting balance field should equal the model's starting balance. And that's all there is to it. I don't think we have this code yet, but that is easy to add. And that should fail. Oh, and we have to say dot get value dollars. Yeah, expected 10,666. Great. So, I'm actually, as I'm looking at this, I'm not finding the design to be too bad. It's not great. I don't love it. I feel like we're having to poke around in the internals a bit, but it'll do. And right now we're instantiating the application model directly, but there's an easy and obvious point to decouple it if we need to. So better hurry up. We're almost out of time. So I just need to initialize this to be the application model dot starting balance. Perfect. There we go. Passes, and hopefully it will work. Fingers crossed on this one. And there we go. Great. Okay, well that's it. Right on the nose in terms of getting it done and getting the time done. So thanks everybody for watching. I will catch you next time.